Here we go. Let's take a look at what's in here. All right, if you're ready, I'm ready. Bam. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 different knives here, you guys, which is awesome. All right, we're gonna go ahead and actually gonna do all of these in the same video. I'm excited because some of these I own, some of these I don't own, so that is gonna be something. So let's get things started here with the new Vosteed Raccoon. You're probably saying, hey Miguel, what about the Raccoon? The Raccoon has been around for quite some time now. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you a little hint. That right there is your hint. There is a new button at the top of the Raccoon, right? If you've seen the channel for any amount of time, you know I love my Raccoon. This version here has the crossbar lock. It's very, very fidgety, right, on ball bearings. But this little guy here has the new top liner lock button from Vosteed. So I'm excited for that. Let's check it out. Boom. So action-wise, it fires just like the crossbar lock. Geometry and dimensions and everything is just about the same. The main difference here is, right, the locking, right? So we have this button here. So it's not a plunge lock button lock, right? Like most button locks these days, like on the Pyrite here, for example. This is very similar to a compression lock from Spyderco, except you're actually pushing a button that's connected to that liner, and instead of being a liner down here, it's actually right here in the top of the knife handle. So it's a top liner lock button. Man, okay, so not only is it going to be very strong, very solid, very strong, but it's just as fidgety as the crossbar version, right, on ball bearings. Dig in that. Arguably, it might be stronger than the crossbar itself, right? Don't have the equipment, and I only own one of these to be able to do a test, but I mean, they're both pretty strong, but that button liner lock is going to be pretty solid and very strong as well. Love the accents on this one. We got the same micarta handles as my version here, but this one's all blacked out. The pocket clip, the filler tab is blacked out as well, pivot and everything. And I like the nice little pop of color right there with the orange thumb studs. That looks really, really nice. So yeah, same good old Vosteed Raccoon that you're used to, that you know and love. But now, right now, it has, I'm struggling with the reverse flick. Or reverse flick is pretty good on the crossbar version. Why am I struggling with this one if all the dimensions are the same? I'll tell you why. I think the detent, maybe mine is broken in. That could be it. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, right? But it's still very ambidextrous friendly, right? Of course, this is a much newer knife. I've owned this one here for quite a while. If you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you know the Raccoon has been in the scene here for quite some time. So still ambidextrous friendly. And I like that Vosteed is innovating with the whole top liner lock situation here, which is, again, a winner in my book. And it still works really good, right? So you can still use it. Functionality-wise, you can still use it very similar to a plunge lock button lock, except it's even better than that because it is a button-operated liner lock. So very, very cool. We'll come back to that here in just a moment. Next, we've got the RSKAOS, right? This is a different variation than what you are accustomed to. If you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you know my RSKAOS here is one of my favorite knives of all time. I got it last year in December of 2023 as a birthday gift. It was kind of like a celebration knife. I just love RS Knife Works piece of art. This is the way I look at it, right? And I just dig it a ton. This was actually speaking of top operated button liner locks, the RSKAOS, from my understanding, was the very first one to offer that. So I knew immediately I was going to pick one of them up for myself. So I did. And now we got this blacked out version. So pretty much the same model, except you could get them with the satin blade and bead blasted titanium, or the blacked out version. There were 2 different blade profiles. So check this one out. This one is a little bit more sheep's footy, right? Whereas the one that I liked and the one that I picked up is the One Cliff version. So these were all the different variations you could get, and I think you can still get these today, as a matter of fact. So check the links down below if they are available. Obviously, I would have linked them there by the time you're watching this video. So you could get either the model that I own here, the bead blasted handle with the satin M390 blade, or you could get the blacked out version as well. When you get the blacked out version, it looks like you get those gold accented pivot color button and hardware, and you get one of 2 blade shapes. You get this sheep's foot blade here, or more of the Warren Cliff style blade there as well. So great things this knife has going for it. It is a full-size knife. So if you have big old bear paws out there, boom, you got a chunk of knife here to do all your EDC tasks with. If that wasn't enough, you can forward choke on this bad boy for more control. and get to work. I absolutely loved carrying this knife, and now I'm gonna get to carry it's basically almost twin brother here, right? The same knife, but it's slightly different geometry. Still, you guys know me. I love a Warncliffe and a sheep's foot blade all day, every day of the week. So all day, every day, it is one of my favorites. Actually, my favorite blade geometries here. So I was actually very divided here. By the time I purchased this one, I'm like, which one do I like the most? Right, they're pretty close. I really like them both, but the warning here kind of has I want to say a little bit of a longer, right, cutting path. Just in case you were wondering, you were curious, right? That's kind of what it looks like. Just a little bit under a quarter inch, maybe, right? Handle and everything is exactly the same. Action and everything is just the same. Right, they both have that flipper tab, both have the pill-shaped hole and the top liner button as well, and all the milling and everything, titanium and M390. So these are pretty sweet. I love mine. I can't try not to be biased, but I am going to be biased because I just love it, right? And I recommend what I like. Right? If it's something that is good, that I enjoy, I'm probably very positive that you're also going to love and enjoy yourself, right? The RSKAOS came out last year, absolute banger. Definitely pick one up if it's in your radar. If you're in the market for a premium knife, you're looking to pick up something savage. This is definitely going to scratch that itch. Got a dual ground going on here, right? Thicker flat grind and a slicer flat grind towards the front. All the different milling and lines for personality and all that. Awesome knife. So check out the original unboxing on the RSKAOS if you want to learn more. But let's go ahead and check out the last knife, because this is a video all about top liner locks. So here we go. At last, we're checking out the new Vosteed Hedgehog, right? Check this guy out. So first things first, it actually feels pretty light. I noticed that right off the bat. It does have that top liner lock button that we're talking about. So you know it's going to be a strong locking mechanism. Very similar, basically, essentially works the same as the Vosteed Raccoon. If anything, you'll see the same size measurements and everything. So it works essentially the same as it does on the RSKAOS. Speaking of top liner button lock from Vosteed, I'm not sure how I went this whole video without talking about the Psyop, right? Psyop is an awesome front flipper from Vosteed with LMAX steel, beautiful titanium handles, also milled very beautifully. I think second to the RSKAOS, which I have a personal bias towards, and I like the RSKAOS a little bit more, I think the Psyop is the second best top liner lock premium folder from Vosteed, right? So it also uses that same button operated liner lock situation right there. So the great thing about Vosteed is they give you a awesome, sweet locking mechanism at the premium end of things, right? So you can pick it up on the Psyop or something like the RSKAOS. Right? Let's just use the new one here. You've seen my own for enough time. So anything like the RSKAOS or the Psyop, you can get that sweet top liner operated button lock, or on the budget end, you can get the Raccoon, right? Same deal, works really nice. And now finally, you can get it also in this new model, which is the Hedgehog, right? Kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what this guy is right here. So we got a flipper going on here, which is jimped on both ends all the way throughout, so people don't give them any issues with the front flipper not having enough jimping on there. We got some thumb studs all around. So bam, here we go. Let's take a look at this thing. Holy macaroni. So again, in that theme of beautiful reverse tanto / sheep's foot, this one has a little bit of a harpoon personality to it as well. Looking really nice here, to say the least. It is S35 VN steel, and it has a beautiful stone wash and satin combination. It rocks both. I feel like that looks really good. That nice, beautiful fuller going on there also gives it some nice personality as well. And there's a flat ground S35 VN. Got the Vosteed logo there. And a bigger pivot on this one, which I like. A little bit bigger than the pivot you see on the Raccoon. So that's interesting. But it's a little bit of a shorter guy. Right, let's finally take a look at all of them here side by side. All right, this is an awesome lineup. I don't know how, but this has turned out to be a Vosteed video. And honestly, Vosteed, let's just take a second to give them a shout out, because they are just killing it. They are killing it out there with the knives they're bringing to the table. Everything they're putting out there is top notch. And this top liner lock, sort of, I'm going to say it, and it's going to sound very controversial, but you can find me in the comments if you like, right? Let me not come across so aggressive. We can discuss in the comments if you like, but I feel like the top button liner lock is what Spyderco should have done with the compression lock from the beginning. There we go. I said it. I said it, the Vosteed top liner lock is what Spyderco should have done with their compression lock from the start. Now, they left it so that you can use the aftermarket and then you would add some sort of, compression made easy, like another button to add up to here. Like you would buy the knife and then you have to go aftermarket just to make your compression lock work a little bit better than it does. And again, I love the compression lock. Don't get me wrong. I love and I have, many different Spyderco knives, and I have enjoyed them all throughout my EDC journey. I just feel like, Spyderco had a patent for this. They could have improved it, made it better, and just probably didn't bother with it the entire time. So now the compression lock patent has expired. A lot of other companies are taking their stab at what a top liner lock compression style lock will look like. And they did it, right? They do it with a button, so it's a lot easier to engage and disengage, right? Very, very easy. You don't have to go aftermarket just to find a button that's going to work well with your compression lock or top liner lock. It just comes like that from the factory. So way to go, Vosteed, definitely innovating, doing great things. And yeah, some sweet, sweet models here on the screen. Let me just make some room so we can talk a little bit more about the Hedgehog, right? This is probably the only model that, you haven't seen as much in the channel. You've seen the RSKAOS, you've seen the Raccoon, but this one here is a little bit of a small form factor. So yes, if I do the standard grip, pinky is going to fall off a little bit, but I feel like that's not the way that it was intended. It's intended for you to forward choke with that beautiful finger choil right there, and bam, you can get to work, right? Some thick jimping going on the spine of the blade right there. Bam, right? We're loaded. We can get some work done with this thing. Feels comfortable. Pocket clip is basically the standard pocket clip from Vosteed, which works, right? It just works. They always do a filler tab on the pocket clip, so it is reversible. So it's lefty friendly, as it should, because this, lo and behold, it is actually, a very ambidextrous friendly knife. You would just use your index finger on your left hand instead of your thumb on your right hand. But yeah, very, very ambidextrous friendly knife, complemented with a deep carry reversible pocket clip. And I love the frag pattern on this, right? A lot more companies are realizing, hey, micarta doesn't have to be boring, by the way. We can actually do a pattern on micarta. I recently checked out the Acorn from Vosteed. I since had to send that one forward, but they did some jimping on the top and the bottom on the Acorn. That's another model you should definitely check out from Vosteed. And here the milling is done on the micarta scales. It's this beautiful lines going horizontally and vertically, creating that beautiful frag pattern right there. So that adds even more personality to the knife, right? It's a nice, very interesting looking small factor EDC. So loving it. Let's test out the reverse flick. Yes, that is money, right? There we go. Boom. Thumb stud deployment is really good, and flipper is really nice. So Hedgehog making a great first impression so far. There's your lanyard hole for my 3 to 5 people who still use those. But honestly, this thing is going to be a treat to carry, and I cannot wait. So really, really excited for this one. As you guys know, this was just the first impressions review style, reaction style video. Just took it out of the box for the first time. And now to our scientific cutting test. Right, got a recycled piece of paper here from an old textbook. Let's see how it does. One thing Vosteed has going for it is their factory edges are really, really good, right? Their knives come very, very sharp from the factory. S35VN putting in work, creating some beautiful swirls. So there's no doubt this thing is going to go through the material without any issues of any kind, right? So very, very smooth, right? And this is a little bit thicker paper than your average, say notebook paper or something like that. So it's going through paper with no issues. It does give me vibes of a very comfortable cardboard destroyer. So let's test out the cardboard here. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but rather at an angle like that. So it's gonna look something like this, right? Got my forward choke grip, bam. All right, definitely really good. Going through the cardboard. Flat grind is gonna be slicey. Just a little bit on the, I want to say, not the thickest, but also not the sliciest blade, right? What helps it though is the fact that it's a pretty tall, right, semi-tall blade. The flat grind does end right here, right? The rest of the blade is just thickness. So that's, if you're looking for a little bit more of a thicker EDC, right, this is also an option there, but still pretty lightweight, which is very, very interesting. Guys, let me know in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10, how sharp is this guy? How much of an edge has it retained? Let me know. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Vosteed Hedgehog quick unboxing, first impressions video. Of course, a review video for this knife is going to be coming to the channel very soon. This was just, some quick reactions, checking out the knife for the first time. This thing is going right in the pocket as soon as this video is over. Check out the unboxing on the RSKAOS, right? This one is pretty sweet. I did an unboxing on my version, right, when I got mine sometime last year. Or check out the unboxing on the original crossbar Raccoon, right? This updated version with the top liner lock is also a pretty sweet pickup. So if you're in the market for a Raccoon, right, definitely check out the top liner button lock operated one as well. Guys, if you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. Keep in mind, these knives are all linked down below, so if you want to check them out, those links do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. I would have linked to all the dealers. These are available, so you can check prices, variants, and so on. So if you got value out of this video so far, definitely give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. You can also subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, guys. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. I make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis, and you will not want to miss out. And if you want to support the channel a step further, there's a link for Patreon down below, or you can simply support the channel right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. Thank you so much for hanging out with me until the end, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.